Take a look at this. It's an op-ed from the Wall Street Journal. Quote, Trump claims the jobs report was rigged. Was it? Allysia Finley wrote that, and she joins me now. Allysia, answer your own question. Were the jobs numbers rigged?
There is no evidence that the job numbers were rigged or manipulated. They have become increasingly unreliable in recent months and years because the response rates among the businesses who are surveyed has fallen. And as a result, you have actually a larger margin of error. The margin of error is about 136,000 jobs a month. And as a result, actually what happens is the BLS statisticians have to impute or essentially guess how many jobs are created at certain businesses that don't respond. And so if models do a poor job of guessing, then you get some big downward revisions like we've seen.
Well, the president, I think, was objecting to the jobs reports issued before the election, which were always pretty rosy and showed healthy job growth. After the election, they've covered up the actual decline in jobs. In that sense, he says it was rigged for political purposes as opposed to statistical purposes. Any response to that?
So there were, last August, the BLS put out a revision, an 818,000 downward revision. That was before the election, mind you. And that was through the 12 months that ended in March 2024. Now they're going to put out another revision, as they always do this fall, that will go through March 2025. And I expect that those will also be a big downward revision reflecting on the Biden administration's policies. So I think the president has a point that the job growth was slowing under Biden. The statistics didn't reflect that, but I don't think that there's any evidence that they were politically manipulated.
Okay. President Trump is dead set on getting the Fed to lower rates. Do you think he will get what he wants?
Well, I think now that the Fed is going to give a closer look to these job numbers coming in, because it does suggest that the labor market is softening and much more so than they thought it was. So you may get a 25 or 50 basis point cut. That's basically what's being projected for this year in the fall. I'm not sure how much of a lift that will give to the economy, though.
The next Fed meeting is in September. I think it's about 6 weeks away. Could the Federal Reserve have an emergency board meeting before the next scheduled meeting to get a rate cut done?
I don't think so. There's no reason for them to do it right now unless there is a big financial panic or economic crash, which I don't see happening in the next 6 weeks. I think we will be getting more economic data coming out, both inflation data and jobs numbers coming out before that September, which will allow them to reconsider or how much of a rate cut they're going to do, or if they're going to do one at all. And really what the chairman, Jay Powell, has been saying, well, we want to focus on the data. We're not sure all the tariffs, the effects of the tariffs on prices have been factored in. So we want to stand pat for the moment.
Okay, Allysia Finley, Wall Street Journal. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks, Allysia.